When I was 7 years old, I lived with my auntie and her husband and my two cousins. Whilst I lived with my auntie, I was sexually abused by her husband. It wasn't rape, but it was abuse, and I slept in the same room as his daughter. We were the same age, and after he had put us to sleep, he would lay in bed with me for like an hour or something, and it happened so many times that I don't remember the first time that it happened. And he would just say things like, "I really like you and you're very special." I didn't know if I should tell my dad, my mum. I didn't know like how to deal with it. So I kind of just left it and just blocked it out. And it affected me because I kind of felt depression from a really young age. It was really hard because I really looked up to my cousin's dad as a father figure, because my dad wasn't really there, so it was really hurtful for him to do that, because I always wanted him to be my dad, because he was an amazing dad to my cousin. Like, you know, he would take us everywhere, he would do everything for us, he would buy us whatever we wanted. He really was a really good dad. So I remember I would like pray at night hoping that I would wake up and he'll be my dad. So it affected me in the way that I felt really betrayed, and later on in life it affected my self-esteem, because it made me have trust issues, low self-esteem. I felt quite worthless and used a lot of the times. And I had like counselors at school and stuff, and I wouldn't speak to them. I wouldn't speak to no one really. And in secondary school I was like really rebellious, so I would, you know, bunk off lessons, just do naughty things in school really, bunk lessons, drink. I would break things, always break things. I would get into a lot of fights. My mum was like, she was really concerned about, you know, my depression and what was going on, so she tried to get me a therapist, but that didn't work. He was more like a hypnotherapist, so it just didn't really do anything for me. And yeah, like my depression was really, really bad. So she spoke to my stepdad, and he then told a good family friend of ours, Jeff Thompson, because he's been through something similar. So she thought maybe if I spoke to someone who's been through something like that, I could relate to them and just see how they dealt with it. It was amazing because he was the only person at the time who I could relate to going through something like that. And I remember his advice was to me, he asked me if I was into anything artistic, you know, if I sang or danced or anything. And that's when I remembered that I always wanted to do acting. And I remember him saying to me, you know, people like ours are blessed because you can put this and make something beautiful out of it. And he also said to me that forgiving his abuser was what took a big weight off his shoulders. And at the time I wasn't ready to even think about forgiving them, but I knew that at some point I would have to deal with that. But for the time being, for me, acting was my way of just releasing whatever I was feeling. When I decided to forgive, which was about 1.5 years ago, it was definitely a process. It's not something that really comes overnight, because from about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I've been wanting to forgive, but I didn't want to. So I kind of lived with that anger for years. I was just like, no, I'm not going to forgive him. I don't understand why I should forgive him. So I was always just really angry about it. But then, I don't know, I guess it just came with time, with getting older, where I just realised, do you know what? I can't keep holding this anger and hate inside of me. I need to just get rid of it. You're not in control of anyone else. You're only in control of yourself and your emotions. So they can only hurt you if you allow them to hurt you. And it's just reminding yourself those things every day, being thankful for what you have, knowing that someone else out there has it worse than you or has been through worse than you, and just being humble. And the thing is just, for me, it's reminding that to myself every single day.